Welcome back, my lovelies, to Crazy But Not Dangerous. I'm Shorty Vaughn. I'm very glad to have you here with me today. Hello to my new subscribers. Hello to all my friends and lovies out there. Super excited about today because I'm back in the kitchen. I'm back in business. Got my leaks all taken care of. Leaks, plural. Yeah, took a refrigerator repairman and a plumber. Got them all taken care of. I'm dry as bone over here. Thank goodness we didn't have to get the raft out. Anyhow, yeah, for my new subscribers, I'm Shorty Vaughn, and I'm 4'5", like to cook budget meals, like to save money. Some may call me cheap, thrifty, frugal. These are all accurate. Yeah, like to save $1. Absolutely. All right, what are we going to do today? We're going to dehydrate cherries. Got these beautiful cherries over at my 99 cents only store for 77 cents a pound. And that was a super bargain. Yay, hooray. And I've eaten quite a few. We've enjoyed them, Andrew and I. And what I want to do is dehydrate some for my holiday baking, for salads, for all the good things. Dried cherries are delicious. And you know what? They're super easy to do. Let's get down to it. I think that it's easiest to do this in a couple of batches. So the very first thing that I do is wash them all because I don't want to dehydrate them or eat them with cooties on them. And who knows, what happened to them before they came to my kitchen. Anyhow, once they've been thoroughly washed, I like to then go through and pick off all of the stems. Like this one. This one's got a stem. Just pick it off, throw it in a pile. Maybe you compost it, maybe you throw it away. Whatever you do. Now we've just got a regular little cherry here. Yay, hooray. Go ahead and take these few off. Fantastic. All right, that's a great thing to get the kids to do. Hey, who wants to help in the kitchen? Let's make dehydrated cherries. Let's start by taking off all of the stems. Easy peasy. I got this cherry pitter over at Amazon. Yeah, it does one at a time. This was the cheapest one I could find. It was about $5. They even have cherry pitters that you can put the cherries in. It'll do like 10 at a time. Yay, hooray. But I'm not in any great rush. Anyhow, you just put your cherry in there and just press down, and there's your pit. Don't swallow those. No good. And I'm just going to go through and pit all of these cherries. This is a job for like old clothes, a really good covering apron, that kind of thing, because there is a little bit of splash up from the cherry. Don't have a cherry pitter? Well, you can do it the old-fashioned way with a knife and just go through and, give it a little slice all the way down, all the way around. And then just kind of turn it, pop the pit out. Come on, this one. Ooh, this one's stubborn. Okay, he's a runner. And there you go. It'll take some time. When I'm doing tedious little tasks like that, yeah, I would probably just, put on a podcast, maybe an audio book, maybe, your favorite YouTuber. It'll make the time go so much faster. Yay, hooray. Also, you probably want to wear gloves. Forgot mine. Gonna go get them. Yeah, because I don't want my hands to be stained, for a couple of days. It's not that great of a look. People give you a look like, what have you been doing? This is also a pretty good activity to do outside because you can get some splash up, and sometimes, you'll have a little bit of extra cleaning. But when I woke up this morning at 4 a.m., it was already 90 degrees outside. I live in Phoenix, Arizona, and there's just no way that I'm doing it out in the heat. Yeah, I'd rather scrub than sweat. Yeah, absolutely. So, what have I got done today? Let's see. Watered the front yard, watered the backyard, got all the plants taken care of, and that's a bigger chore than you can imagine because I have to do it twice a day in an effort to, just keep things alive. Nothing's thriving right now. We're just in survival mode out there. And, you know, that's the name of the game in Arizona in the summertime. Yeah. Yep, just surviving. I feel cooler weather right around the corner. I'm excited for it. What else did I do? Change the sheets on the bed. That's a task. That's a chore. Yeah, change the sheets on the bed. I'm doing some laundry. Got some work done. This is one of my work days. So typically on a work day, when I'm also trying to do get a video out. So usually my preparations start early in the morning while I'm doing my household chores. Then I get a little work done. Then I go on a 15-minute break and get some of my video done. Then I go back to work. Then, you know, I do a few chores around the house, that kind of thing. And then I go to lunch and I eat lunch and complete my video generally. And that's pretty much my day. So a combination of, you know, the work that pays and then the YouTube work that I love. And yeah, glad to have my kitchen back. Oh, missed a stem. It happens. It happens. Probably wouldn't happen so often if I wore my glasses while I did it, but that's okay. Yep, just going through and gonna get these all pitted, bring it back, and we'll go on to the next step. Yay, hooray. Now I have my cherries all pitted. There they are. I'm gonna throw these in the trash. Cherries don't really grow great in my area because we do not get enough frost hours, so I'm not even gonna try. But if you live somewhere, you could certainly try, you know, planting yourself some cherries. You've got all the pits for it. So what I want to do now is make sure that my cherries are in fact all pitted, and I'm going to do that just by cutting them in half and giving them a once over, like this one. Oh, like this one. I just hit a pit. Sometimes your pitter misses one once in a while. Just take it out. But you wouldn't want to chomp into that. You could break a tooth. Anyhow, I'm just going to cut them all in half. Make sure that I've got all of my pits out. And these are super delicious. These were a product of chili. Who knew? Anyhow, I guess it's probably pretty close to their spring coming up. So I'm going to just cut these all in half. Make sure I have all of my pits out. And I know you're thinking, Short Yvonne, this seems like a lot of work. Well, yeah, it is a lot of work. That's probably why dried fruit is so expensive. So I'm saving a few dollars. Got these at a bargain. And, you know, I'm going to have quite a bit for salads, for my holiday baking. It's not, oh, there's another one. It's never too early to start thinking about your holiday baking. What do you guys bake? What's your signature holiday dish that you're looking forward to making? Tell me down below. Well, I kind of mingled that one, but it'll be all right. Doesn't really matter how you cut them. They're all going to be fantastic. And if you have a surplus of cherries, you know, have the kids pull the stems off. Have the older kids run them through with the cherry pitter. Maybe you go ahead and cut them in half, and then you can all load them into your dehydrator. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get these all cut in half, and then we'll load up the dehydrator. I'll show you how. All right, got my handy dandy trusty Nesco dehydrator out, and I have a tray with one of these flexible liners in it, and they came with the Nesco. I got 2 flexible ones and then 2 of the firmer ones, and I think they're just great. If you don't have the liners, you can just go ahead and put them directly onto your dehydrating tray, or you can use like a piece of parchment that you cut to fit. That would be just fine too. When I'm loading my tray, I find that putting the skin side down is the most beneficial. Just like with most fruits, skin side down helps them not stick as much as the fleshy side down. So I will take a few minutes and just load these skin side down as much as possible. You just want to load them so that there is good airflow between each one. And they can be fairly close together because these will rehydrate to about the size of a raisin. And also, when you're dehydrating them, you kind of want them to be, the consistency of a raisin too. So we'll take a look at some dehydrated ones here in a second. So I will just go ahead and continue to load this tray up with my little cherry delight bites here, and bring it back and show you what it looks like. The thing about using one of these mesh trays, if you have it, is that when you take it out, you can just kind of flex it back and forth, and if you have any fruit that has stuck, they will just pop right off, and that makes it super easy and convenient. So you're not in there, struggling. Don't struggle. All right, I've got 2 full trays ready to go into the dehydrator. Super excited about these. Cherries have very little smell when they dehydrate, so I don't have to put them out on the back patio or hide them in the garage or the laundry room. They can just go ahead and sit right out on the counter and do their little thing. It has a low hum. I don't find it unpleasant one bit, so it won't bother me. Bothers you, put it out in the garage or outside or whatever. These are going to be super tasty and delicious. I do cut them in half to make sure that the pits are all out, because I'm not good at the Heimlich. We've already gone over that. I don't want anybody to choke. I don't want anybody to crack a tooth. And I want my holiday bakes to be extra special and delicious. And this is just going to do the trick. Yay, hooray. So let's go ahead and get them stacked. And if you had enough, like if I hadn't eaten so many maybe, I would have enough probably for 4 trays. But we enjoyed those cherries. I'm going to call the 99 cents only store and see if they still have any at the 77 cents per my Kroger. Here we call it a Fry's. They have them on for 99 cents, which is still not a bad price considering last summer I paid $5.99 for 1 pound of cherries, and they were not as good as these. These are spectacular. Anyhow, I'm going to dry these at 135 degrees, and they will take between 10 and 24 hours, depending on your humidity level, depending on what else you got going on and how many trays and air circulation. Let me line up my little, should have been on call here. I line up my little blue tapes, because then I will turn them, and then halfway through I will move this one to the top and this one to the bottom, and they will be fine. And that's just going to be like, I know that these are going to take me like 24 hours. So at the 12-hour mark, before I go to sleep tonight, yeah, I'll just go ahead and trade them up. Gonna set it to 135, gonna plug it in. It's gonna be fantastic, and I'll show you what you end up with at the end. Okay, and these are my dried cherries. They are about the size and consistency of a raisin, and when I take them off and out of the dehydrator, I let them sit on the counter undisturbed for about 15 minutes because I want them to come to room temperature. They will be slightly warm, from the dehydrator, from the heat, from the fan, that kind of thing. So I want them to come to room temperature so then I can check them. Now they'll be somewhat pliable. They might be a little bit sticky, but not really. And they will be about the size, texture, and shape roughly of a raisin. They dried a little bit dark, but my cherries were dark, but I don't find them to be unpleasant in color. They're going to be terrific in a bake. They're going to be great on my salad. And if you get them out and they seem too sticky, if they seem too runny, if they seem really wet and not resembling a raisin, put them back into your dehydrator for another hour or two. Check them again. Just keep going until you get to the consistency that you want. I'm going to store mine in this mason jar, and though I did not use a flexible mat on this one, these came up pretty darn easily. The great thing about the Nesco trays is that it's like a grid, and so I can just put my finger or a toothpick up if they're sticking and just pop them right up there off the bottom. Some of them fell through. Not worried about that one bit. Because I plan on using them over the next couple of months, I don't think that they're going to need an oxygen absorber. I think they're going to be just fine. If you're planning on storing them longer than 3 or 4 months, you could certainly drop an oxygen absorber in. So this was 1 pound of cherries, and that is about how much I received, once they were dry. So yeah, that's enough for a couple of really good salads. That's enough for, a nice cherry almond quick bread. Yeah, that sounds delicious. I could go for one of those. I think the color is terrific. They're kind of like little gems. They are super sweet, super concentrated, super delicious. Yay, hooray. Couldn't ask for anything more than that. All right, my lovelies. I hope that you are having a wonderful day. And I hope every good thing for each and every one of you every day. Anyhow, be good, be careful, look both ways. I'll see you next time. Got a little bit of cherry hands. Gonna go have to wash them. Be good, be careful, look both ways. I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching Crazy But Not Dangerous.